Oh, it's Kyoto Day. It's the day 9, our second last day for the trip. I know technically day 1 was the day we arrived, but we didn't actually do anything that day. That's day 0 in my mind. So today was Kyoto Day. Oh, Kyoto was a good day to wear this, but I didn't wear it. This is the Toei Company Limited. This is a place we went to there, but we'll get to that. We got a local train up to the JR line up to Kyoto because we were staying at Kishibe, so it was really easy. We're right there next to the station. Caught the train up. When we got to Kyoto Station, I knew we had to catch the bus because we were going to the Silver Temple or the Jingakuji Temple. We've both been to Kyoto before, so a lot of the big places like the Bamboo Forest and the castle and everything we've been to before. At least I know I have been to the castle. She's been to the Bamboo Forest. We've been to one in Kamakura, so I didn't really care to go to another one. This was a very open-ended kind of day. We had certain points that we needed to be there for, but for the most part, we were kind of relaxed, which was fine because by this stage of the trip, it was like, I'm done. I've enjoyed my trip. The rest of these 2 days, I can just relax and it'll be fine. Did it turn out that way? Not particularly, but it was interesting. So we've got the bus. The bus we caught was particularly the tour bus that went to specific stops. We did the smart thing of buying an all-day bus pass. It was $11 each. And it basically meant that all you had to do was just show the bus driver the date on it, which validated. We got the tickets. There was a guy in the line who was working there, and he stamped the dates on the tickets. And he's like, all you have to do is show this to the bus driver, and you're good. Every single bus just had to use that. We didn't have to pay for anything else. If you have an IC card, easy peasy, but $11 for the whole day, and there's so many buses to catch, it was great. So yeah, we got the bus up there, which was about a 20 to 25 minute bus trip. They had digital signs showing you each location that you were getting off at. They told you over the PA as well. It's very tourist friendly. We went past one of the big temples on the bus, but when we got to the Ginkakuji Temple, the Silver Temple, it was very popular. We went past a bridge that even my dad said is a good cherry blossom bridge, but it was during autumn, so there's no cherry blossoms. But we walked past all that through a market where we were able to buy more knickknacks and stuff. I bought some stuff for some friends and family and whatever. And again, the weather was nice, not too humid, not too hot, just cloudy enough that we didn't need sunscreen or anything. But we knew it was going to rain later in the day, so we brought an umbrella. There was a lot of people walking that way, which was kind of surprising. And when we got to the temple, you still had to pay to get in. It was only like, I don't know, $5 or whatever. And it was beautiful. Like, even my dad had said that there are 2 temples there. There's a gold temple and a silver temple. The gold temple you go to look at the temple. The silver temple you go to look at the gardens. This was a place where you looked at the gardens, and the gardens were gorgeous. It luckily wasn't a lot of people, so it was really hard to walk around or take photos, but there was still a lot of people there. Probably because by the time we got there, it was 11 o'clock. We took a bit of our time getting there in the morning to make sure we had breakfast and everything. But yeah, we got there and it looked incredible. There was still more of the spiders and the trees, but just the way they've upkept the place to make it look naturally really nice was great. The temple itself was not much to look at, but at least there was a lot of great visuals and areas to just walk around and get some great photos and some videos as well.
Nice.
So many fucking spiders. Keep going. After the walk through that, which maybe took up to an hour, we walked back through the market that we had just come through, and got another bus. So we walked up the road. I knew that we could get one of two buses, like the 93 or I think it was the 100 bus. And again, because we had that ticket, we could just get on a bus and go. Luckily, it was the 93, and it was the first. Actually, no, we got on one bus, which led us down 2 stops to another stop. That was the first stop for, I think, the 93 bus. And that bus took us all the way to the Toei Park. This was the Kyoto Studio Park, Toei Kyoto Studio. This was really fun because the bus trip was fine going there, easy peasy. Got some nice footage of the bus and from Kyoto. But when we got to the Kyoto Studio Park, there was a lot to kind of explore here because I had never heard of this place before I did my research for it. You firstly go through a little marketplace if you want to buy knickknacks, whatever. They even just have regular Kyoto knickknacks, which is just kind of cool, so I bought a little magnet there. You go in and it looks like an old Edo era park. So all these old buildings and stuff, some are restaurants, some are shops. They had people in costumes walking around because they had the Yokai monsters there, which I did not expect. And I'm like, oh my god, I've seen that movie. I've seen 2 of those movies. So I took some photos of some of the Yokai monsters. But yeah, we walked around. They had a samurai training place. They had a lot of artwork depicting samurai and ninjas and ladies in kimono and stuff like that, and geishas and whatever. We never saw a geisha the whole time we were there, but Kyoto is known for its geishas. The park is very kid-friendly, so if you have kids, it's a great place to go to. There's places where they can pretend to be ninjas, they can pretend to be samurai. If you're a big nerdier type like myself, they have a giant Evangelion, which is awesome, and that's a free ride. So you can pay, we paid 2,800 yen, so $28 to get in per person. You could pay more to do the attraction rides. The only free attraction ride is actually the Evangelion. All the rest is obviously for kids, so they're like, you got to pay more for your kids. And I'm like, well, we're not going to do that because we don't have kids, and I have looked all these rides up and I have no interest in any of them. So we went straight to the Evangelion ride. They had cardboard cutouts of some of the characters, which was cute. One of them was just on a rooftop across the way, which was very strange. But you got to walk up into the Eva, and then you got to pretend that you're in the seat shooting into the neck of the Eva like in the anime. They take a photo of you. You get a little QR card that you can take with you to scan different things. It tested out your compatibility with the Eva. I think mine was like 30-something%. Helene's was like 18%. So she would not be very compatible, but either way, we'd both die, so it's fine. And then you get to walk back down it and stand on its hand, and that's, again, it takes a photo of you, but you can also just get photos yourself on your phone. Very easy. Again, I got Helene to take some videos of me and some photos of me. It was cool just to see the giant Eva. That was just such a nice thing that they had there. Very friendly for Evangelion fans and whatnot. And again, if you got photos of yourself done, you could go to a photo booth where you could get, you could pay for the photos, but we just didn't bother because we're like, well, we're going to take photos on our phone, we'll be fine. After that, we went to another store, bought some, food and whatnot, some drinks, and I bought a keychain of Asuka. They had some great t-shirts there, but they were all really expensive, and most of them were on the back for the design, so I just didn't bother to buy any t-shirts. I realize now I definitely could have. I had plenty of money and plenty of room in my bag, but I just didn't bother. They had a samurai ninja place as well. Samurai place and a ninja place. 2 different places. They had a bunch of cutouts of the characters that you could just dress up in samurai, just old robes and stuff, so you could take photos of them. They had a vending machine which vended out some kind of ice cream that was Evangelion designed. And then, of course, there was the old movie set, which was, again, designed like an Edo period drama. So you got to walk around that. It was all just regular buildings, but there's nothing you could walk into and look in them or anything. So it was more of, if you wanted to film a Western, but like a samurai Western, you'd go here, or a period piece. I think some of the places there they have filmed before, because this is a film studio. They had a big green screen wall for one of them in particular. They had a bunch of DVDs which were filmed there at the studio, but they were quite pricey, so I didn't bother to buy any of them. Also, they'd all be in Japanese, so it really wouldn't matter to me too much. We actually we stumbled on people actually filming, which I don't know if they were filming for a film or if they were just people's interactive experience to be in a film, whatever, or a fake film, but they had a gaffer, they had sound people, they had a camera people, they had a whole bunch of stuff. They literally said quiet on set, so we had to be quiet while they were filming. It was like a bunch of kids as ninjas fighting a taller ninja or an adult samurai or whatever. It was alright, it was pretty cool. And as we were leaving, because we're like, well, we're basically done here, we stumbled into the really impressive Yokai Monsters parade. They had a parade this was like at 2:30 p.m. They had a parade of characters. I think some of the locals dressed up as well, but it was mostly people who were already there, dressed up as characters, walked along as a parade to an area, did a whole song and dance number. Which is fun, good touristy thing if you like yokai monsters and everything, or if you just like crazy designs and monster-looking creatures and everything. Some of them looked really good, some of them looked really cheap. Great variation, realistically. And that was like it. That was all we had to do there. Once we saw that, we went back to the what do you call it? We went back to the entrance where we took some photos of some of the other yokai monsters, and then that was it. So it's a theme park you could spend a couple hours there for. There is also some kind of a dinosaur that comes out of the water and sprays mist at you. I don't know why. It was just there. They did have the Umbrella Girl hanging from one of the rooftops, so she's like the iconic part of the yokai monsters, like one of the more iconic characters. It's an umbrella with an eyeball and one leg and a sandal. It was great just to see that hanging there. I didn't notice it on the way in, but on the way out we did. Got a photo of the turtle guy and the woman in black, so that was nice. And then we walked to another book off store, which was like 10 minutes up the road. The rain was coming in, so we were just like, we'll go to book off. I found 2 Godzilla DVDs, Blu-rays actually. I found a with slipcover version of King Kong vs. Godzilla, the 60s film, and that was great because it was in plastic and everything, and it was only 1,600 yen, and for 1,800 yen, or maybe that was 1,800, but still, for an extra $2 or whatever, they also had Godzilla vs. Mothra, 1992 Battle for Earth. I bought both of them because I don't have a Blu-ray of Battle for Earth, even though it doesn't have any English. The only issue was that one wasn't in plastic and it rained the rest of the day and my bag got very soaked. The King Kong one made it out in great condition because it was in plastic, but the Godzilla vs. Mothra one didn't. The corner of it got very wet and started to peel, so I'm very conscientious of that. Over time, we'll probably just turn to dust. Luckily, it's just the cover of it and just the corner of the cover, but hopefully it doesn't destroy the rest of the cover. Because again, it was cheap, secondhand, easy peasy. The disc still works fine, so I don't have any issues of that, or at least the disc should work fine. I didn't test it, but that didn't get any water damage. But we had to walk in the pouring rain. This was very heavy rain to a station where we ended up catching the train to Kyoto, the main station there, of course, which we had already been to, but I'm like, well, we're not getting the bus, we're getting this train. We were planning to go to either like a samurai place or the castle or maybe the bamboo forest, but when it started raining like it was, we're like, yeah, we got to get out of here. Our shoes are getting soaked. Our bags are getting soaked. She had the poncho on from the other day. I did not, but I had my Twin Peaks raincoat. The poncho would have been great because I could have put it over the top of my bag, would have kept it from getting rained on. But we went to Kyoto Station. I bought a bigger umbrella, the white one that you can actually click open. That is a clear, beautiful umbrella, fantastic. Gave Helene a smaller one, which is more of a day umbrella, because again, once the wind sweeps that up, it's basically useless. But she managed it. But yeah, so we went to Kyoto Station. We had ramen there. There's a place called Ramen Kaji, which is basically, you go up 10 floors. Kyoto Ramen Koji. You go up 10 floors at this train station. It's basically a big shopping complex. And we were trying to find a certain thing, but we couldn't find it on any floors. And when we got to the 10th floor, there was actually if you go this way, you can go to the Kyoto Ramen Koji. It's basically a street of just ramen restaurants. on the 10th floor of a building. So we went down there, we went to one of the ramen places. You got to order before you went in, so you had everything set up and they just brought it out to you while you were sitting there. We had a guy next to us who gave us free food, because, it was a local. He just gave us a bunch of free rice and meat and whatever. Saying, this stuff is great, you got to have this. So I'm thinking, all right, sure, why not? So that was great. And then we caught the train the Nara train, but the local one, to Fushimi-inari. This is perfect weather for having this big umbrella because it was pissing down. And we didn't do the whole 10,000 torii walk. We walked up one way, got to an intersection, walked up a second way. Then they had basically a map saying you either walk to your left, go back to the start, but without going through the tories. You go up the mountain and basically do a 2-hour long hike, and it's pissing down with rain, so it's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Or you go back the way you came, and because when you go back, all the tories actually have the Japanese text on the way back, not on the way there, which is very strange. But it's kind of like it's coming from the mountain going outwards rather than going up to the mountain. So we walked out that way, got more images of that. A lot of low lighting, so I don't know how much of it comes out on the camera, but it was very rainy, it was very dark. The only lights were the occasional lamps that they had lit throughout the place. But it was fun, despite the rain. It was really nice. Again, if I had have known that the Blu-rays were going to get that soaked, I would have put them in the back part of my backpack, so that was definitely on me. It wasn't too much damage, but it was fine. And we got some nice shots, because again, we wanted to go there at nighttime, and that it just happened to be stormy and rainy meant that there was hardly anyone there, so it was just easier to get through. But yeah, we saw the old temple, the old shrine and everything, went down the local street, where we took some more photos. It was just nice just seeing a Kyoto street, filled of rain and shiny streets and everything from all the electronic lights. I actually bought from one of the capsule machines this, which is a snow globe, which you could actually build yourself. So I built that when I got back home, as in back to Australia, because it would have water in it and you don't want that exploding, from air pressure or anything. So that was really fun for like $4. It's got a mystery one. It has a torii in it with 2 of the stone dogs and everything. Looks amazing. And then we just caught the train back to the hotel and set ourselves up to pack because, yeah, that was the end of the Kyoto night. So despite the weather becoming really yuck by the end of it, it worked out in terms of a lack of tourists, and it was just easier to get out of there. The ramen was really nice. Just the whole time in Tokyo was a lot more chill and just a nice day overall. So I'll see you tomorrow for our last day going to Nara and then going home. See you then.